Beat Making Basics.
What's going on YouTube? Beat Making Basics back again with another dope video. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe because we're coming back to back with bangers. Now today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to build a hip hop beat around a hip hop sample. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right in. First things first, we're going to go ahead and find a dope like hip hop sample. So I'm going to go over here to Splice, and we'll go ahead and find some type of hip hop sample. Now I'm going to come to like boom bap. That's more so what I'm looking for. I'll just go ahead and type it up here. And then under here, we'll just find like some type of melody or soul. Let's see here. Let's click on soul right here. That's cool. We'll just go ahead and start with this one. I'll go ahead and grab that. And I'm just going to drag it right here into the quick sampler. If you're brand new to Logic Pro 10, basically you'll do is just create a software instrument track under instrument, scroll midway down, you'll see quick sampler, create that. Quick sampler basically is a real good sampler for Logic Pro 10. I use that a lot. So anyway, let's go ahead and sync this up here. I'm gonna click on this follow tempo button and click on the scissors here. Draw a note, extend this out, right click, force legato. It's gonna extend it all the way out here, and now we should be able to play our loop. A little faster than what I want. Alright, back, cool. So now once we have our sample here, what I can do is actually just go ahead and bounce it in place. That's going to create an audio version of this sample here, and that's going to be locking it in place. So I have the loop on top of this. What I'm going to want to do is add the drums now. So I'm actually going to be using the quick sampler and dragging and dropping instruments for each particular part of the beat. So sound selection is going to be a main part of this here. What I can do is, instead of clicking on soul, since we're in boom bap, I can just go over here to the drums, and then I can start piecing out certain drum parts. To make this easier too, I can come over here and grab one shots instead of loops, and I can also find the particular stuff that I need here. So like hats, whatever. So usually starting off here, I like to go ahead and start off with like a snare or a clap. So I'll just go ahead and click on clap here. Let's like a find snare. We'll click on clap. So what we'll do is we'll listen to the sample, and then you want to play around with the different cadence of the sounds and see what kind of fits the actual sample. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So I got this dirty clap. I'm gonna use this to get the pattern going. Quick tip here is you can actually come over to the step sequencer, click dead center, and that's gonna create your clap pattern. Now if you want to double it up, you're going to click here and here. I'm going to convert this to MIDI region. And now let's go ahead and start with the snares again. So like with hip hop music, the snare has a lot of movement. It's not necessarily always just dead center, boom, 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 like a clap. A lot of time that snare is doing, you know, a boom, chat, 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 you know, something like that. So I would go ahead and find a snare, and then we're going to kind of, you know, sound out the pattern, if you will, just kind of beatboxing it a little bit, and then we'll draw it in. So let me go ahead and get a good snare. Alright, so for some reason the sample didn't fully line up. It's all good. Just click on the flex tool here, click on that, and it should lock it in place now. Alright, bet. So now I'm just gonna do a simple pattern here for the snare. Let's do that. So we can play it using either my MIDI keyboard, or if you want to, you can play it using musical typing. I'm just going to use my MIDI keyboard. Alright, cool. And so as we're going here, we want to make sure we quantize the music. Usually for like more complex patterns, we'll do a higher number here. So 1/16. So this represents 16th notes. So since these are basically 16th notes, we'll do it like that. For these simpler, simpler patterns, that's more like an 8th note. You can quantize it there like that. Anyway, we got our basic pattern going with our clap and our snare. So now the next thing I would do is actually focus on the hi-hats. And with the hi-hats for hip hop beats, a lot of times the hi-hats are very simple patterns. Okay, so you know, a lot of more of the movement is in, you know, the snare and the kick. So keep that hi-hat pattern simple. So let's go ahead and add a hi-hat in here. New software instrument track, then we're doing a quick sampler. We're going to drag and drop sounds right in. Alright, so we'll go off of claps and should have hi-hats here somewhere. If I don't find, okay, here's hats. I'm going to say I can always just type it in. And again, sound selection is important. So what you want to do is you go ahead and push play here, listen to the beat, and then find your hi-hat pattern or sound as you're listening. So actually this one works pretty good. And I could play that, but since it's going to be a constant pattern, I'm just going to use the step sequencer. We can right click and then convert it to MIDI region, all right? And then that can give us some control over quantizing and stuff like that. So I can just go ahead and take it to like maybe a 1/16 swing B. And this is going to give it a little bit of variation there. I can also come over here, go to MIDI transform, humanize it. And so what humanizing it just did, when you zoom in, you're going to see that it kind of took it off the grid slightly and made it seem a little more natural. You know what I'm saying? And then also, if you look here, you can kind of see it automatically took your velocity and gave us some variations here. So that's what I did with the hi-hats. Just gonna name this real quick, call it hat. Hip hop beats do have like open hi-hats a lot, so we'll go ahead and add that in there as well. And you just come over here to open. We'll listen to it, and then we'll find the right one that kind of matches the sound here. Pay attention to if your soul sample sounds like more gritty or if it sounds like more clean or whatever, and that's going to be depending on, you know, or to determine what your sound selection is going to be, if you're going to find more gritty stuff or more clean sounding stuff. So so I actually like that hi-hat, open hi-hat sound. It's not too crazy, not too abrasive. You know, I feel like it will work well. And I'll just go ahead and play it with my MIDI keyboard, but just so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just gonna push musical type in here. And again, what you want to do is keep things simple here. It's very important. So I'm just going to go ahead. As you can see, I didn't go too crazy with this open hi-hat. But we're just going to do a basic quantize on it. 1/8. And then also, sometimes when you humanize these notes, you have to come back over here. And just on the first note at least, go ahead and re-quantize it so it just locks it right in grid, right in place on the very first down part. Okay, cool. So we have a lot of our main elements. Now what I want to do is finish this up with really that kick drum. It's going to probably be one of the most important parts. So now I'm just going to go ahead and repeat this process, create a new software instrument track, quick sampler, boom. And we can grab drum samples from anywhere. You can get it from one of my kits from beatmakingbasics.com. You can get it from, you know, any of the sounds within Logic, from any other third-party places. But you know, Splice is a good place to get like one shots and stuff too. So let's go ahead and grab a kick drum. All right, kicks right here. Again, it sometimes helps to play the music while you're picking your sound. I like this one. It's not too rough and hard. It doesn't sound like a trap sound. It's more of a live kick. So now I'll keep this kick pattern simple, but what I'm going to do is kind of play it on an offbeat. And playing on an offbeat, what I'm meaning is not just sounding so robotic. Added a little bit of flavor here with where I'm placing some of the drums. I'm gonna go ahead and quantize this. And again, what you want to make sure when you're doing your quantizing, if it's 16th notes, do the 16th, 1/16. If it's 8 notes, 1/8. So put it at 1/16B. might do here is just go ahead and copy and paste this same pattern throughout the whole thing and just add a little variation here. We'll draw in some notes. If you just click on any of the notes, you'll save the actual note length, and you can push, draw the notes in with that note length. Any of the notes are here. Cool. So we added a little variation here. Pretty much we're done with this drum pattern. Now let's check it out. Sometimes you listen to it, you might actually hear another part that you can add in here. Go ahead and add it, but keep it simple. Don't overwhelm it. Okay, so maybe the only other thing I would probably put in here, the sample already has like a bass, but we can go ahead and throw a sub in. So what I'll do, same process, create a new track, software instrument, and under software instrument, we're gonna get this quick sampler up, and we can just find a sub bass. Now you can go and get a sample sub bass, or we can just go straight into Logic. Logic has some good sub basses as well, but we'll come here and look for something here. So, and I'm not quickly seeing sub, so I'll just take that off and I'm just gonna put sub right in like that. So I'm not really finding a sub in here quickly on that part for some reason. Let me see if we have it in here, and if not, we'll just actually like that sub. We'll bring this in here, and I'm gonna steal one of the notes from here. I'm gonna come over here and turn the loop off and just grab this first note. Turn this like a little fade right there. So now I should be able to play this. So cool. And what I want to do is like kind of sound this out and see if I can find like that first root note and play a note that coordinates with this. So if you sound that out, it goes D B B B, and then you just kind of go on down the piano. B B. So that's a quick way to sound it out. So we'll do it like this. So I got a little jazzy here, but for the most part, you get that basic idea. You want to have some type of little sub to go with. And you sometimes you can just keep it super simple and just do like maybe 4 notes. But anyway, we'll quantize that. All right, cool. So that's going to be the video. I appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you go ahead and get subscribed to the channel. All right. We have back-to-back videos dropping on a consistent basis, man. So you want to make sure you don't miss any videos that we drop. Go ahead and get subscribed. Also, smash that like button, okay? It's going to help with the algorithm, and it's also going to help me know what's good and what's not. So if you like the video, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. It's free to do it. Also, it's free to get subscribed to the channel. You know what I mean? Literally, we have hundreds of videos that you can watch. All you have to do is just go ahead and get subscribed, and you can go to the search area. Last but not least, go ahead and go over to beatmakingbasics.com, grab yourself a course, a kit, or a template, or go ahead and get the bundle deal, right? See you in the next video. Appreciate you watching. This is going to be showing you the ins and outs of how to make your own drum patterns, your own melodies, how to arrange your beats into song format, as well as mix your music like a pro, all in Logic Pro 10. And best of all, there's several bonus videos that's going to show you how to make beats in different genres and for TV and film. So this sounds like something that you would like to learn how to do. Go ahead and click through and get enrolled now, and I'll see you on the other side.